All right, everyone, Supreme Kami over here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the version 3.3 update footnotes over here. So we are actually going to be getting the update in about 4 days or so. So going to be, let me see. So around this day, so maintenance should start on the 8th, and then it should continue to the 9th. So probably the game should be ready maybe around 1 a.m. 2 a.m. ish, I think. So that's probably the general timeline we're looking at. So it's gonna be one of those like long update, right? But in terms of what we are getting as far as information, I don't see it as like as big as the other one that we had. Like if we compare this one to like the previous week update, this is actually the smallest one we have because like so this is gonna be like your main content right here, and then the next one is gonna be this one over here, and that is pretty much it. Literally, yeah, literally it, because they're gonna go onto the story, new story chapter right there, free mission and all that. So, but let's do actually take a look because this looks like a really big chunk. So, like me looking at it right now, it looks a little bit confusing, but I'm pretty sure kind of get the overall idea basically out of that. So, gonna go over that real quick after talking about this over here. So it looks like the main headliner of the 3.3 update is going to be a custom-made mission over here. So create the ultimate mission with designated parts. So this right here really scares me because they want us to use a specific type of part. I hope that is not going to be something you have to summon for, say, because they can just say this week we have some soul card parts, for example, and if you summon, you get these type of specific parts. You can get like a boosting because it says you can move up in ranking, so that really scares me right there. So hopefully this is something we can kind of get, like not going to be parts that is really hard to get, for example. Just hope that it's not going to be any limited part, like the newest part. So that'll be good. If it's not the newest part you have to summon for that week, that'll be great. So in terms of the custom mission, which will be linked to the in-game weekly events, will be added to the mission creation. By creating custom-made mission using designated part and challenging or clearing custom-made mission created by other players, you will receive creation points. You can also you can receive amazing reward from achievement and ranking by collecting creation points. So this right here looks like it's going to be the key main component in what you can kind of exchange from it. So we definitely have to see what's going on. What is it? So it does say that you can use other part that is not within the designated part selection, but you can definitely earn more points by using the part they want you to use. So that's still good. I'm just wondering how, like, what are we getting out of it? So that's pretty much what we need to see. Amazing reward, maybe some really good resources like let's say W awakening circuits, and maybe a lot of those like parameter gears that we would actually need down over here. In terms of what the layout looks like, it's gonna be like this. Receive orders. Create, what is it? Create custom made mission according to the orders below and earn creation points. So, wing of the freedom, wings of the freedom. I don't know, or wings of the future. It doesn't really tell you what kind of part we're looking at so far, but okay. So this right here would tell you how many like points you can kind of receive from that. Force creation points, victory creation point. Okay. And this right here looks a little bit scary, so you have to do a lot of like kind of setting, I guess, and just kind of make however you want it. So I would definitely see what I can make. I was trying to strategize. Like this time around, I'll actually see if I can create something based on whatever part they want us to make. I think, all right, I think that might be good because with that, maybe they'll have like a kind of theme, so that will allow me to kind of like organize what kind of like match I want to make for you guys. So that's actually not bad if it's that way, because like me right now, I think my biggest problem is like I don't know what to make. So I kind of need like a guidance or more of like an idea for say to kind of make something. So that might be a good thing to be honest. But we'll definitely see what's going on. So let's see what we have over here. So the creation point you can get from making creative made mission is determined by the total combat power of your set. Wait. Total combat power of your set enemy build, max 12. Huh? What is that? So we can max out 12 points. So I don't know I don't know what's going to be like the criteria for that of hitting max 12. I'm pretty sure if you bring a lot of your service support, for example, that should allow you to push to the max level of 12 or 12 points over here. And the number of designated boost parts you set as the main part Boost part for custom made mission are the same as those for the, oh yeah, that's not good. No. So this means you have to summon every like. So what they're trying to do is like they want you to summon in order to maximize the boosting part. So that's actually kind of not good already. Yeah, that's actually not that great. So if that's the same as like the weekly events, I'm pretty sure if you summon during the week, you should get like a bonus boosting. Yeah, that's actually not that great. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about it already because they want you to use those specific parts. So yeah, I don't know, man. You guys can definitely let me know how do you guys feel about this part already. So custom made mission creation is limited by tags, open information, rules, sortie gunpla, time limits, stage/time, and then sortie conditions. So okay, I mean I guess. Only custom made mission created in special slot via the receive order screen will grant creation point. Regular created mission will not grant any points. So everything should be lumped into the created mission, but there should be like a special tab you can click for this one over here. Okay. Custom made mission will also cancel a daily play bonus. Alright, that's actually good because your boy has not been getting any because like I stopped playing, so I'm not getting any of these like supposedly bonus rewards for playing creative mission. So yeah, that's actually not bad. Yeah, okay, but this part right here, you have to use the event boosting part. This part is gonna literally make everyone not play this. Yeah, so it should be maybe it's gonna be like because in terms of what we have so far, let me see. Let me show you guys what we have so far. So let me switch screen. So what they mean by that, if we take a look at any summoning page, so event boosting. So I don't know if it's gonna be something like this, for example, since like this week we have the Victory 2 Buster. So that's like a 700 points boosting for your event, for like the weekly event, for the weekly mission. So it may be something along the line with that. And this one over here, oh, I think it's about this one. Because you can get like a maxed out 300 if you talk about playing the like this over here. So if you hop over to like your regular welfare event, for example, you can get a higher event points just by having the summon part. So that's actually not gonna be healthy at all because like if they're doing that, like yeah, like earn points is gonna be 300%. If you don't have it, for example, if I don't have any boosted part, it should look something like this. Yeah, drop amount 50 only. I'm not getting the event point boosting, so yeah, that's actually not going to be too healthy right off the bat because they do want us to use those specific parts. So hopefully they can make some sort of like adjustment later on because so far right now, what I'm looking at it is pretty unhealthy. So alright, so going back over here, so we have the attribute gear over here. So they're finally adding the last piece to our build. So it's going to be this one over here. Let me switch back to select the build that I have over here. So it is going to be this slot over here. So this slot currently is locked. So this right here, after the update, we should be able to access that. So they're calling it the attribute gear, the left leg gear. Left leg gear or right leg gear. Take notes of your attribute for more freedom in battle. Attribute gears can increase battle or increase damage between different attributes will be added. You can now be able to battle even more effectively by creating build according to the attribute affiliated between you and your enemy. 4-star attribute gear will increase your melee attack and shot attack parameters so you can make your gunpla stronger than ever. So what I'm looking at it so far is only going to be boosting up 2,000. So that's not too bad, but we do also have to consider the percentage over here. So that's actually going to come in. That's going to come in handy for sure. The last thing to read on here is going to be attribute gear can be made from the new attribute gear pieces and parameter gear via the blueprint in the shop. Just looking at the image so far, I think the most important thing that I'm looking at is this one over here. The good old parameter gear that is extremely hard even today. Why is this gear so hard to get? Let me switch back to the game real quick and you guys will know why. In terms of currently, as a recording of February 5th, this is the only way we can kind of get that. is by clearing the event point over here. So you have to get up to, let's say, I think right now weekly you can only get about 5 pieces. So you have to hit about 43,000 in order to get like 5 pieces over here. So unless they make some other alternative changes, or else we can't really get the 4-star version in like a short period of time, because even the 4-star version wants us to use 20 pieces already. So I'm pretty sure when we forge the 3-star, for example, they might want us to use at least like maybe 10 or 5 pieces over here. So maybe they'll make way for us to get the parameter gear a lot more easier. I think, I hope, because like if not, I'm pretty sure no one should hit their purple gear, the last like the 4-star rarity, within like a month or two. I don't even think a month or two should sufficient for that. So yeah, so hopefully they can make some changes for that. So in terms of the attribute gears, I'm just gonna look at that per one specific typing, because they're literally the same thing as for P attribute. So this one is all for P attribute, and then this one is all for tech attribute, and then last but not least, this is all for speed attribute. So I'm just gonna focus on one. They should be around the same thing. So in terms of the first iteration of it, like their 1-star bit, so they have two. So this one is when your P attribute is facing off against tech attribute. So P attribute to tech attribute, you have a type advantage already. So on top of having type advantage damage already, you're going to be getting a 5% increase. So that's actually not that bad in a way. And then when you're going from P attribute to S attribute, so that's type disadvantage. So they're allowing you to do 10 more percentage more. So I don't know how great that can be in a fight actually, but that's interesting to be honest. Like if you hop over to the 2-star version of it, they actually make two distinctive one over here. So same thing, P to T and P to S. So in terms of the 2-star rarity, we are doing plus damage to tech attribute. So this is when you have type advantage, right? Type advantage, you're getting a 10% increases, while what? Wait a minute. Oh, you're getting an additional effects of, okay. So, all right. So if we do take a look at the first version of it, the 1-star version, there's only one light effects. But in terms of the second gear or this 2-star version, when we do type advantage, so when you have this gear, right? So the P attribute versus attack attribute, you're also getting a damage to P attribute. So when you're fighting type neutral, you're getting also 5% as well. So that's okay. That's interesting in a way. And what about this one over here? Oh, and then when you're fighting type disadvantage, you're getting a 15% now. So this one still stay true. So when you're doing type advantage or type neutral, you're still getting a whopping 5%. So that, I mean, that's good, you know. But I wonder how this one will react. Like I wonder if this will out damage maybe like a type advantage in a way. Because at the end of the day we're getting like 5% percentage. So I don't know. Okay. We'll take that definitely. So in terms of 3-star version, it's basically the same thing. You still have your to your type advantage, 15%. Type neutral, you're still getting 10%. So they're basically it's gonna be like an incremental. So 5%, 10%, 15, and that last one at least maybe like a 20% at 4-star already. So okay. So 3-star, you're still getting only 2 additional effects, so there's not a third effects yet until we head all the way down to this one over here. In terms of the 4-star version of this over here, they actually make 2 different split over here. So they have one for melee, 2 melee over here actually. This one, man, I feel like we have to make a lot of gears now. I don't know how I feel about that. Because that right there literally means you have to drain a lot of these over here. So that's, I don't know, to me personally, if this is gonna be like a lot of heavy duty work, I don't know how player in general will react to that. So that's actually not, in a way, it's not good, but it's kind of healthy in a way you can get more damage boosting. But like I said again, like we have so many power boosting already, but is there ever gonna be a content we can use it on? Probably not, because they're not dropping any new hard content. So I think at the end of the day, do you need that much power, right? It's good to have like finally complete the overall gear set, but then again, like, can you really use all that power in like a specific event? No. So yeah, it's good to know what we can make something like this now, but it just we can't use it in a way. So let's go over the melee version first. So this one is melee from P to T, and this one is melee from P to S. So I think the only difference I can see that, okay, so let me examine real quick. So these two are going to be the same. So they're both 15% type neutral, and you're going to be getting a whopping 2000% for your melee build. Okay, this is actually going to be weighted a little bit more if you take into the consideration of this over here. So let me show you guys real quick. Let me switch back to the gameplay. It's actually going to be weighted a little bit higher because you also do have to take into the consideration of the rank upgrade, 15%. So if I do a regular setting of this one over here, you guys can see that the armor pieces of 2500 is actually going to be a lot more higher, 2875. So in terms of the 2000 version of it, what happened to 2000? So it should equate to 2300 on the actual build like this. But once you apply all your part, it may or may not be a little bit higher. But do keep that in mind. This one is going to be a lot more higher. So yeah. All right, switching back to over here. I mean, the only one I think I'll probably focus on is actually going to be this one. Yeah, I'm just probably if I want to be honest, I don't think I'll ever make like a type disadvantage one, just because I will know I'll have a tag attribute going up, facing the tag attribute, or no, tag attribute going against the T attribute already. So I don't think I'll make another gear specifically to from T or from P attribute to counter this over here. So yeah, the only reason why you will ever want to use a P attribute gear versus an S attribute, if you talk about using it on League Arena, because if you do take a League Arena for example, you face different types of attribute enemy per day. So let's say your main build is a P attribute and you see like a whole row of S attribute, you can guarantee that you still do 25% more damage. So that's more or less like a way to alleviate that, just to kind of mitigate like the damage loss you can get. So yeah. I do wonder why they're not doing like a damage reduction type trait in here. Like all I see is power boosting, but where's like my reduction trait? I don't know why they only care about the power boosting, but not anything of like a reduction trait, for example. So yeah, so that's pretty much gonna be it. So if we talk about which gear to really focus on, I think naturally you're just gonna go for the one that's gonna give you the type advantage rating. So for me personally, if I'm gonna be working on a P attribute, for example, I'll definitely work on the one that says a P attribute versus against the tech attribute, because this right here is already type advantage. And then this one over here, I'm doing a type advantage already plus another 20% already. So this one over here is not going to be that good because you're at a type disadvantage, but they do allow you to get up to 25% boosting. So yeah, I think that is pretty much going to be it. It's going to be the same thing throughout the other one, so I'm not going to read too much into it. I think the main concern is definitely going to be how do we get all the gears? Are they going to be at a limited quantity, or they're going to be really hard to get, or they're going to be locked behind a lot of like just a lot of like mission grinding per se. That is definitely something we will have to see upon release, for example. I don't even think on day one, I don't think I'll be able to get all these ready and make a video for you guys. So whenever I do have everything farm up, I'll definitely make that for you guys and see how that goes. So moving down a little bit over here, we have the chapter 19 edit. So it's gonna be the All Japan champion is on the horizon, but in the tournament shadows lurk. So this one right here, I don't know, they could literally make another Battle Log episode 2 or a Battle Log season 2, because this right here should be a very interesting kind of storyline. It looks like that they will be facing some kind of foes in a way, so I'm definitely excited, but it will just, unfortunately, it's going to be on this type of format. Not going to be anything alive in the anime format, so that's it's an unfortunate factor of it. So yeah. Besides that, we will be getting another chapter 19. So these two combined, we should be getting a pretty good chunk of power trip. So definitely a lot of players can be happy about that. Besides that, they're gonna go over a little bit of a refinement. So they're finally gonna be adding this one right here, EXQ/trade button will be added to the sortie function. So that's actually not that bad. Anytime they make refinements that allow you to filter better, that's always going to be a plus. So props to them for that. Other than that, in terms of the blueprint, they're probably gonna make it a little bit more easier to just kind of navigate in a way. So a crafting possible. So this right here literally just tells you what you can kind of get. So if you don't have any resources, you can definitely know which one you're lacking and just kind of concentrate on that. So that's pretty much what I can make from that. So overall, it's pretty good. In terms of the alteration, they're pretty much doing the same thing, alterate possible as well as material own. So that would tells you what you kind of need and what you're lacking. So either way, it's good. So let me see what else we have over here. So general content. So they're finally gonna be making a little bit more, making a little bit more of these right here, the exclamation marks. So if there's gonna be any event that you have not done during the day, let's say their example over here is gonna be some daily mission over here, as well as some daily arena. They'll make a flash over here, so you guys can definitely go check that out. So that's actually pretty good because I'm pretty sure a lot of people log into the game and forget to do certain things. So that is actually a pretty good reminder in a way. Okay. Besides that, they're finally going to be dropping another new one-star unit. This time around, we have the Drazi over here. So this is a quite interesting unit to be looking at. I don't even know what series this one is from, but I do know I use this unit in the SDGU and it's quite fun in terms of using it in that. In terms of the arena, a check reward button through which you can check area or arena when we want ranking reward will be added. So that is something they have not added for 1v1 so far. So this is something they have with 3v3 so far, but in terms of 1v1, not yet. So that is pretty much going to be it for the overall update. So not going to be anything too spectacular, not any like major thing we're looking at. So only 2 items so far. I do wonder, will they add anything else once the update's out or whatsoever? Besides that, we will also be getting a level increase from 270 to 280. So upon reaching 280, we should be getting another good chunk of power just right there. So that is going to be pretty much it in terms of the 3.3 update up here. I think we should have these live already. So yeah, you guys can definitely let me know how you guys feel about the update so far. Me personally, I don't see too much content being added, so I do wonder how that is gonna be in terms of like once it's actually out. Because from 3.3 to 3.4, there should be a pretty good like months behind before that. So maybe I don't even know when would 3.4 come out. Maybe around May timeline, I think. Because probably that's when we actually got it last year around. And then after that, it's going to be the 4.0 update just right before 3-year anniversary. So, yeah. But overall, I think this update is definitely the least amount we have seen so far compared to, let's say, 3.2, 3.1, and even 3.0. You guys can definitely let me know how do you guys feel about the custom made mission over here. And that should be pretty much it. So we finally have every gear possible to make. And man, I'm telling you, like, if you're like a new player starting in, that's going to be a lot of grinding to do. So yeah, that's gonna be tough. So hopefully they can make all those, all those gear a little bit more accessible to the to just all players. So with that being said, that is gonna be pretty much it, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one.